What is the first thing you think of when you think of the words animal testing? Maybe it's cosmetics. Maybe you regularly see these logos on your bottles of shampoo or deodorant, or maybe you've seen images of tests like the eye irritation tests in rabbits. But what many people don't know is that animal testing for cosmetic products is forbidden in the EU since 2013. And this ban includes the import of cosmetic products that were tested on animals elsewhere. In this video, I would like to talk about how this ban was implemented. Cosmetics contain chemicals that could potentially damage the skin or the eyes, or could be toxic in general. We need to be sure that a substance is safe to use for consumers, and this is the manufacturer's responsibility. For most of the previous century, this meant animal tests, with rabbits and with rodents. But in the 80s and the 90s, things started to shift as Europe was widely adopting the principle of the 3 Rs. And the 3 Rs stand for the replacement, reduction, and refinement of the use of animals. As this was developing, the development of in vitro tests got started with the specific goal of replacing and reducing animal tests. And eventually this made it possible for manufacturers to start replacing their animal tests with in vitro methods, while some other animal tests were actually replaced by testing directly on human volunteers. As these replacement methods were being developed and started to be implemented, the European Union first announced a ban on animal testing for cosmetic products in 1993, and it was going to take effect 5 years later. This was to give the manufacturers enough time to complete their validation and implementation processes. However, these processes took longer than expected, and the ban had to be delayed. But in 2004, the ban came into effect. 5 years later, the ban was expanded to animal tests for the individual ingredients of cosmetic products. And another 4 years later, on the 11th of March 2013, the full ban came into effect as we know it today. That includes the import of products that were tested on animals outside of the EU. Now, there are 2 exceptions that I want to point out to this ban. The first one being that animal tests may still be required to ensure the safety of factory workers, because factory workers working in a factory that produces cosmetics are exposed to these ingredients and to the cosmetics at a much higher concentration and for much longer than consumers are. So this requires a different type of testing, sometimes including an animal test. Also, when there is a suspicion a cosmetic product could damage the environment, this will need to be confirmed, sometimes also including an animal test. So taking these exceptions into account, I think we can be very proud of our EU ban on animal testing for cosmetics. Worldwide, Europe is ahead in this, but other continents are following Europe's example. And animal testing for cosmetics is getting less and less common also worldwide. So next time you see a picture of a rabbit undergoing an eye irritation test, you can be sure that this has nothing to do with the cosmetics you buy.